Down to the south of that, Jefferson County, north of Louisville, we're seeing heavy rain and lightning, and then back towards the west, a stronger storm just outside of Washington and Johnson counties, and heavy rain over Sandersville. This is our Terry Lambert Hyundai Skyview cam. You can see, wow, that is a really, really cool view. These storms are across the central portion of the CSRA, and a lot of them are training, meaning they're dumping a lot of heavy rain over an extended period of time over the same area, and that's why these rainfall accumulations are just piling up.
He's going to have a decision on whether to extend the deadline soon, but Jenna, I'm guessing just devastation out there among TikTok users.
Yeah, I was gonna say, a lot of people my age are focused on TikTok right now. I'm focused on this winter weather. That's much more of a concern for me next week. Now, there's still a chance that this could change. We're around 4 days out, and it all depends on the track of the Gulf low. So if the Gulf low moves further to the south, it would mostly be our southern line counties under that chance of snow and winter mix. But I do think overall, around that 50% chance that the CSRA will be seeing a snow day, or snow night, you could call it, a rare winter storm with impressive snowfall totals across the southern half of Louisiana. We will have absolutely no opportunity for melting, so the snow will stick around through tomorrow morning. Roads will be slick. You need to drive with caution because we're expecting anywhere from an inch of snow to 5 inches of snow. This is a very heavy snow band that is producing snowfall rates of 1 inch per hour. It's the battle of spring versus winter today. The southeast just can't make up its mind. There's all this cold air that builds in the middle of the storm, and then whenever you hear that saying the bottom falls out, well, that's what's expected to happen tomorrow. Just all of a sudden, very heavy downpours, torrential rain, and those gusty winds. And sometimes with these downbursts, the winds could go up to 100+ miles per hour, which resembles an EF1 tornado. This is our weather station that I bring to a bunch of elementary schools, and I'm so excited to hear that something like this is also at the high school. We have Marley and Medley from Waynesboro.
Nice.
And Medley here is actually going to join my weather team one day.
Okay.
Gotta give it a few years, but she wants to be a meteorologist. I'm Chief Meteorologist Jenna Petracci. It's a nice dry day for now, but we could have some storms on the way. I'll have your latest forecast coming up. We are all super excited for the first game night live of the season as the Greenbrier Wolfpack takes on the Harlem Bulldogs. It's going to be a great night, but of course we are tracking the possibility of showers and storms, and we'll get into that in a moment. Hello, we are briefly interrupting your programming to let you know that there is a severe thunderstorm warning for portions of Burke and Richmond counties, and this lasts until 9:30 this evening. Time now is 8:58, so around 30 minutes left on this severe storm. The threat is 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. Now, there is the possibility that you may see some penny-sized hail within this cell, but that is not the main concern. This is a confirmed tornado that touched down this morning in Aiken County. It was an EF1 with 105-mile-per-hour winds, and that just goes to show that within all this messy rain that we're seeing, some of these storms, even though they don't look that daunting on radar, they do have the capability of producing these brief spin-up tornadoes. The CSRA endured 2 catastrophic weather events over the past decade, Hurricane Helene and the 2014 ice storm. I talked with a woman from Burke County who not only had her home destroyed in the hurricane, but also witnessed her daughter sustain significant injuries from the ice storm. With the tropics becoming active, Christy Palmer shares great advice on how to handle these significant weather events. So I hope kids are wearing some pretty warm costumes, as this will be one of the coldest Halloweens we've had in the past 10 to 15 years. Really cool last name she has, by the way. This is a moon dog. Now, you may have heard of a sun dog before. That usually happens when the sunlight refracts onto tiny ice crystals in the sky. Well, this time it didn't happen with sunlight, but it happened with moonlight, and you can see that over there.
I have one word for you: hot.
Yes.
It's the only way to
So
describe
hot.
Today. Hot.
I had a nice pool day today,
Well,
Dee. It was great.
rub it in, but that good for you.
I love it.
I'm glad you found a good use for today because
Yeah.
it's hot out there.
Yeah, you either have to be by the pool
That's
or
true.
inside.
I'm
in the
coming to your
AC.
house. I'm coming to your house.
I'm going to be having some pool parties this weekend as well,
Good.
because it is staying hot and humid. It is going to be a summer-like weekend. But the problem, if you do go poolside or up to the lake, you need to be careful because there is the chance of some pop-up showers and storms. We do have these isolated showers and weak storms across Aiken County, and then same deal across the rest of the CSRA, like Miller was talking talking about. So for the rest of your evening, if you're coming out here to the game, you need to bring that rain gear with you. I got my Viper 6 umbrella on standby, the jacket's right over there. That's when the river is expected to rise above normal levels, and it's because of all the rain. This is over the past 3 days. Look at these rainfall totals from Aiken County down to Emmanuel, back towards the west, more so a healthy and beneficial rain. Yes, I know it gets very confusing when we're talking about all these different types of winter weather, so this really helps to explain it. Picture a column of air extending from the clouds all the way up in the atmosphere down to the surface. Now, do you ever wonder when it's so cold outside like this, why don't we see snow with the cold? So in this week's episode of the Partly Cloudy podcast, meteorologist Avery Gray and I discuss what it would take for us to see winter weather here in the CSRA. Everything needs to align perfectly in order for us to have that snowy setup or even just ice or freezing rain. A lot of things have to come together. It's like baking a cake. You know, you could have a few ingredients, but imagine you don't have butter for your cake. Yeah. It's not going to turn out too well. So let's go ahead and talk about some of these different scenarios. Arctic air is taking over the south again with low temperatures easily into the 20s. This is next Tuesday and Wednesday. We'll be watching to see if this Gulf low forms, and then if it does, we'll have to pay close attention to the track. Welcome back and thank you for joining us. Now, earlier today, a winter storm watch was issued for 7 a.m. Friday through 7 a.m. Saturday for the county shaded here in blue. So that is north of I-20, and McCormick County is included in that. We do have an update for you that McCormick County schools are now closed throughout the day on Friday. It is going to be an e-learning day. So this is the official report from McCormick County School District. It says that students will access their lessons via their Google Classroom. And a reminder that this is for Friday, so tomorrow will be a normal operational school day. I want to start out with a special shout out to our weather kids of the week. This is Jonathan and Jacob from Aiken County, and they are going into the 4th and 5th grade this year. So if there is an area of development, a lot of times those push out towards the west or have trouble getting into the southeast because of these powerful cold fronts. Now, along that stationary front, an area of low pressure will likely develop off the coast, and that's going to help to erode the wedge. Now, it also has a chance of tropical development. Right now, just at 40%. This would not be a concern for us. It could bring us some rain chances and cloud cover, but since we are on the west side of that, that's always good news, and it's generally going to be going up towards the northeast. It was a once-in-a-lifetime storm for a lot of folks here, and we're still recovering from it nearly a year later. So I think the WJBF weather team did a great job of that whole week leading up to the storm, emphasizing that we were going to be on the dirty side of it and things were going to get rough. But I can honestly say we were not anticipating 100+ mile-per-hour wind gusts and just the wide extent of damage that we saw. So it left a lot of people feeling just so in shock and feeling like they weren't prepared and just really just couldn't believe that something like this could happen so far inland. And of course, there was a lot of talk about it going towards Atlanta, and then it ended up shifting further towards the east. So I just wanted to hear your overall take on the storm, the track it took, and why it did that wobble towards the east, putting Augusta in the worst spot possible.
Well, it definitely was a unique setup because you had the Fujiwara interaction with that compact upper level low that was just upstream.
This week, I sat down with two incredible women from Waynesboro Primary School who had to rebuild their homes after Hurricane Helene. They described what it was like on that terrible night in the aftermath of the storm, which is something many of us can relate to.
The wind was so loud that I couldn't even hear. We had so many other trees and limbs fall through the house and through the windows and glass breaking. I couldn't hear any of that. It was just like a loud roar. And the smell, we began to smell pine trees, like pine sap. And that was another way that we knew something just wasn't quite right. And the pressure in like our ears definitely changed. None of us were hurt. We were all in the right place at the right time, so I thank you for that.
It kind of humbles you a little bit, I think, when you're looking out at all of this devastation and never thought that it was you and never thought that you'd be waiting 2.5 hours for a family member to just know that they were safe. And then next thing you know, our neighbors are coming out, they're using chainsaws, they're getting us out. You know, at that point, nobody's worried about just me. You know, it's not an I anymore.
Courtney's 7-year-old daughter, Emerson, also joined in on the interview to hear the full story of how a first-grade student was able to help her teacher cope during a terrible tragedy. Tune in to WJBF 6+ on your streaming device this Saturday.
Well done, Jenna.
Thank you.
I mean, Christy and Courtney, their words paint the picture that we all endured a year ago, and to listen to
Very
those
much
ladies,
so.
gosh, just brings it all back.
I appreciate them telling their story because I know that's difficult to open up about that and relive those memories, but it's something so powerful and something we can all relate to.